Hi there YouTubers, this is Roscoe and welcome to my review of the Hot Toys 1/6 scale diecast Robocop with mechanical chair docking station. Now, about 5 years back I had the chance to own a Robocop figure from Hot Toys. Unfortunately it didn't really look like Peter Weller and the proportions were way off. It always felt like I was missing it in the collection along with the Ed 209. So finally glad that Hot Toys announced a reissue or an update, and the improvements of the paint app, the accuracy, the articulation, everything is just on another level compared to that old figure. So my patience had paid off and I finally feel like my collection is just that little bit more complete now that I own Robocop. And the fact that it's come in diecast or with diecast parts and the docking station is the icing on the cake. Alright, let's go take a look at this awesome figure and all its accessories. There are plenty of reviews out there at the moment, so I won't go into too much depth and detail, but just give you guys a quick overview at the details and just my thoughts and opinions on it. Alright, here we have the very large box it comes with. Now, this is one of my favourite boxes Hot Toys have ever done. It is very well done. Got a picture of Robocop on his chair. Got this clear film over the top. Just makes it that much more classy. It's very solid. Comes in a shipper with a handle because it's so large. You got this bottom section here. It's like a matte, hard cardboard. It's almost like a rough sandpaper type feel to it. You pull the top off and it separates here. Then you have a foam insert or a polystyrene insert which holds the figure and all the contents. So it's packed very securely and safely, and Hot Toys seem to be doing the whole polystyrene packaging for all their diecast stuff lately, which is really nice. I actually had the Iron Man Mark 42 diecast, but unfortunately I sold it before I had the chance to review it, so that was a bit silly of me, but it's all good. I used the funds for that to go towards my Wolf Legendary Scale Predator, so no dramas there, but this will be my first Hot Toys 1/6 scale diecast review, and it has not disappointed, that's for sure. Alright, once you open the polystyrene, you get to see the figure, the chair, all these different components. So we'll start off by looking at the instruction sheet. It's pretty sort of comprehensive about what you need to do. MMS 203, diecast number 5. You get these stickers here which you can put on the actual docking station, which I'll show you shortly. You get the magnetic tool which you need to actually use to remove the back plate, so that's quite handy. You get a spare hand with the pointy section which you uses to operate different computer systems and turn on cars and things like that. This is the only spare hand you get because the other hands can articulate in the fingers and all that, just like some of the Iron Man figures. So you can basically get any sculpt out of those hands, so you don't need all the extra ones this time around. We get the battle damaged chest plate, which is a really nice touch. We got the option to have him sort of partially damaged like he was in the film. They are releasing a fully battle damaged version at the end of the year. It comes with an Alex Murphy sort of twin pack as well. So I'll be picking that up and having the full battle damaged version in the chair and leaving this one, or the clean version, out. But it's nice that we've been able to get this so we can change it up every now and then for some photos or different display options. You also get the battle damaged head or helmet. So I'll zoom in on that. Police. It's got OCP Police 001. Battle damage there. In the daylight you can actually see an eye coming through the visor. It's like a little piece that Hot Toys have put on there. So that's really nice. I think that's magnetised as well, so it clicks onto his head we get 3 different expressions. Get one sort of like he's grimacing, sort of like a standard, more slight expression. Then we get this pouty one, which is quite strange. For me personally, I've gone with the sort of normal sculpt one there. Alright, you also get the cell batteries to go towards the remote, which we have here. Just like the Ed 209 one, you press the O and the B, and that operates his sort of voice activated functions, which I'm sorry to say guys I won't be showing you today. I don't usually use my light up features, or don't really care for voice features and things like that, so it's just too much effort, like putting batteries in and pulling things out, and you know, doesn't bother me that much that they have them. So there are plenty of reviews out there, as I mentioned, and they generally show what he says. But from what I've heard and seen, it's definitely Peter Weller. Perfect voice, with plenty of different lines from the film, and much better than the Ed 209, which seems to be a not really movie accurate. It seems to be some sort of guy just replicating the voice. Right, we get the standard sort of stand here. This one is like the DX10 and what you get with the Kevin Flynn figure. They light up, but this one doesn't. You can see the spots where the sculpt would have had the actual battery compartment and on switch, but they've filled it in. So this one doesn't light up. One thing to be careful about is pose your figure separately and put it on this later. It's a very heavy figure, and this acrylic sheet on top, the clear acrylic, is very easily scuffed and scratched. So people that have been posing it on here numerous times and feeling around don't really notice that they're really scratching the absolute crap out of their base. So it's best to set it aside, get the pose you want. I put some blue tack underneath the feet and put it down when I was finished. That way there's a gap, it's not touching the actual plastic, and I should save myself from getting all this scratched up. Alright, here we have parts of the mechanical chair. Get this computer screen parts here. This is where you put the stickers once you've chosen what two you want to use, and that goes up here. Sorry if I've got plastic still on it, guys. We'll be reboxing this up until I get the battle damage version. I just don't have the room at the moment to display this. So that sits there. You also get this separate TV screen piece which you slot on, and you've got all the different movement in the arm here. It bends out in. So that's separate in the box. The chair basically is in one whole piece, so you don't have to really put anything together. These pieces can slide forward and back. There's also a light up function under this chair. There's a switch underneath, and that operates these like lamp pieces on the sides. You can also adjust the footrest. It has to click down and use a bit of force to push that down. Overall, the chair is very nice. We all recognise Robocop with the chair. There's plenty of pipes. Once you unravel them, they all connect under the chair. There's plenty of spots to put them. It's actually on wheels, or coasters. There's a little button on the side here. If you press that, it actually unclips the actual chair off the dock. Which I don't know why they did that, but you've got that option. So overall, this is a very nice accessory and worth the extra money to get on top of the Robocop figure itself. It is very heavy. I think it's got mostly plastic, but there are some metal parts on this overall accessory. Alright, the figure itself. Absolutely awesome. Dead accurate, spot on to the Robocop we see in the first film. The paint up itself, it's not your standard silver like we saw in the first one. It has those blue and purple hues, or pearls, depending on the light. Really nice paint job. As I mentioned earlier, use that tool, you remove the back plate, and there's a spot where you put two batteries. You need to go and buy them yourself. I think they're E90 or N-size batteries depending on where you live. So you have to buy them yourself to be able to use the voice activated sounds. You have articulation in the waist area, you can pop that up and down almost like your Iron Man figures. What they've really done nicely is the articulation this time. You can actually pull the whole arm section out or the leg sections right out so you can get some nice movement. So this edge or the edging doesn't hit the actual body. It's a shame they didn't do the whole thing in die cast. Mostly it's plastic. Got a couple of die cast parts in the leg and the shoulder area. So it's kind of misleading being called die cast when it's about 15% die cast. So I don't see why they shouldn't have done it fully die cast. I don't mind them charging a little bit more if it's perfection. And the articulation they've engineered or designed for this figure would have been perfect for a fully die cast figure. Die cast would not have hindered at all given the actual how they've designed the actual sockets this time around. You also get his gun. You have the plastic one here. It's a bit lighter for him to hold. You can articulate the fingers. It's got the silver extra parts on it, or detail. In the leg, what you need to do to open it up, you need to have this sort of pulled out a little bit more. Mine's really sort of flush with the body, how I've got it posed at the moment. You bend the knee a bit more, you grab here, you can actually open it fully up. But as I was saying, mine's pretty close, so it's sort of touching the back. So once you open this up, there's another gun I have resting in there. It's the same as the one he's holding, except it's fully die cast. It's just all black though, you lose that extra silver detail. You slot in a slot, you can actually pull that slot out, so looks like he's about to grab it. So, you click that back in, so that's really cool. Got all the detail, text all over the body. OCP police. The knees move really well. The feet move and hold really well. It's still a very heavy figure, so you can see all those nice purples throughout the body. The pistons on the back here, they move. You can adjust them wherever you want. You sort of bend to the left and right. And when you move his feet up and down, the piston moves as well. Absolutely amazing figure. One of the best of 2014, that's for sure. And very, very happy to finally have in the collection. It's been a long time coming, like I mentioned. You also get the articulation in, as I said, in the shoulder, in the elbow. It pivots here. There's like a sort of soft glove section here, sort of soft rubber, and it pivots. Overall, excellent looking figure, guys, and if you haven't picked this up, it's definitely one to get for the Hot Toys collection, that's for sure. Alright guys, I think that'll do for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on my next one. Bye for now.